뭘 추가?
I'm just a boy who's been happily avoiding everyone. Get nothing done, and nobody else in this room makes any sense except for you. I don't know how you do it. I don't mind if we just stay here, lay beside me for a while, 'cause I have never met somebody who can take all of the pain away now. You're just a girl who's been hiding from the world inside your bed. You've been hurt too, but we'll be alright if you put your hand in mine and don't look back. You won't be alone anymore. I don't mind if we just stay here, lay beside me for a while, 'cause I have never met somebody who can take all of my pain away like you do. And I just wanna stay right here with you. Let everything else just fade away. I can't shake this feeling, it's something new, 'cause I wanna dive right into you. Yeah, I wanna dive right into you. Dive right into you. 'Cause I don't mind if we just stay here, lay beside me for a while, 'cause I have never met somebody who can take all. and sunny, just the way I always wanted. 더 바랄 것도 없어. 지금 이대로면 좋아. 따스한 햇볕을 가득 담은 sand river. The bluebirds peacefully sing along that I love you. Oh, 그대여 나와의 거리를 걸어요. Paris with you. Oh, 난 그저 잔디밭에 누워 있어도 좋아요. 반짝이는 저기 아이폰 타워 shines from anywhere 아름다워. When I'm not with you, all these shiny seas don't mean a thing. 눈동자 비친 Avenue des Champs-Élysées. 그대와 같이 romantic해요. I love you. Oh, 그대여 나와의 거리를 걸어요. Paris with you. Oh, 난 그저 잔디밭에 누워 있어도 좋아요. Oh, 그대여 나와의 거리를 걸어요. Paris with you. Oh, 난 그저 그대 곁에 머문다면 좋아요. Thinking about the way we just watch. Thinking about the way we 잠시 멈춰서 너와 내 가난 눈말 생각해. 시간은 흘러 이젠 여기까지. Feels better that we're on separate ways. Our memories faded. Sometimes I think of you. 너 없이 뭔가 좀 공허해. 날이 무뎌지는 감각에 어느새 집중돼. Lost but found out to be found. Thinking about the way we just watch. Thinking about the way we 난 광진대교 건너면서 든 생각 없어. 맘에 드는 사람 넌 나만이 컸어. 그냥 뒀어. 외로운 그 맘은 불 붙여. 지활화탄에 붉고 서서히 태가네. 자리 밑 주저앉아 순식간에 지나가 시간 그냥 what's up. 후회할 순 없어. 어지러워 외정 여러 마음들 흩어져. 난 돌아가면서 기억이 하나도 그냥 없어져. 그래도 남아있을걸 너가 말들 난 안 잊을래. Pretend I'm fine alone, but then that would just make me feel like I don't know. Thinking about the way we just watch. Thinking about the I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down. I just don't know what to do. I wanna spend the night at hers and bring her one of my t-shirts. so it smells like her perfume. Now I really get what the love songs are talking about, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love. There's something about the way she laughs and the way she always dances when she thinks nobody sees. And when she's gone I miss her so. I tell her, baby, please don't go, I think you should stay with me. And I really get what the love songs are talking about. Oh, and I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head? Have you felt like you were out of breath when you saw her in that dress? When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating and you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love. That's how you know you've been in love.
Perfect strangers, just the two of us. 침묵 속에 대화 till the sun downs. 말하지 않아도 만지지 않아도 알 수 있는 사람도 있구나. After all, we are our lonely souls. 덩그러니까 따라 fishbowl 속에 던져진 물고기들 말이처럼. But right now, honey, we don't have to go and feel lonely. From now, I am with you only, only. Yeah. 내가 너인 듯, 넌 너인 듯. 서로를 알아봐. I think I know you already. You're lonely, lonely. So you better hold me, 'cause I know you're feeling lonely. Things you can't wait for money, money, perfect strangers, we're meant to be together. Two lonely souls in the moonlight. 우리가 될까? 그럼 괜찮아질까? 삐쩍박은 세상. After all, we are our lonely souls. 덩그러니까 따라 fishbowl 속에
Simple, simple, simple minds. I guess we'll take it one by one, baby, one by one. Just different, different, different kinds. We'll try to take it one by one, baby, one by one. Just when you cry, already lost, yeah. Baby, I miss you too many nights. I miss your colorful lights. I think I love you too much. I miss your blueberry eyes. Fine, fine. Play the memories over, over, over. Just tell me, mama, trying to keep it in sober, sober, sober. Oh, simple, simple, simple minds. I guess we'll take it one by one, baby, one by one. Just different, different, different kinds. We'll try to take it one by one, baby, one
파도 소리 가득한 검은 돌길을 따라 걷다 마주한 제주 바다 아름다운 풍경에 눈물이 차올라 괜찮아질 거야 한숨 자고 나